16.6 Quadratic Formula. So this lesson is going to conclude the whole unit about solving quadratic equations, and quadratic formula will help you solve any of the quadratic equations that you are not able to solve using other methods. So here's the quadratic formula that you are going to use. X is equal to negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. I know it looks kind of funky, but here what b stands for is like the middle term, a is the first, c is the last. And all you need to do is simply plug in those values from each quadratic equation and solve for x. Okay, so we do have a song attached to this formula that will help you memorize and remember the quadratic formula. And again, this song actually was something that I myself was taught to learn back in high school. So here you go. X is equal to negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So here's how you sing the song. X is equal to negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Alright, please excuse my horrible singing skills, but I'm sure you guys will do much better. And again, it's just one way to memorize the formula. Alright, so I'm going to now apply this formula to solve for each equation. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste so that I know what I'm using. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in. So again, the prerequisite is that the equation has to equal to 0. So again, we're looking for zeros. So here our a value is 2, b value is 3, c value is negative 5. So x is equal to negative b, so it'll be negative 3 plus or minus square root of 3 squared minus 4 times 2 times negative 5. Again, I'm getting all these values from the a, b, c values that were given through the equation. And all over 2 times 2. And all you have to do is simply simplify these. Negative 3 plus or minus square root of 9 plus 40 all over 4. This will simplify to be negative 3 plus or minus, this is 49, so it'll be square root of 7 all over 4. Sorry, not square root of 7, just positive 7. So, just like we did for our last unit, last lesson, here are two options. Negative 3 plus 7 over 4, or negative 3 minus 7 over 4. So that would be 1 and negative 11 over 4. So both of these are actually the zeros of the quadratic equation. Okay. Alright, do the same thing with example 2. Okay, so again, remember, we have to make this equation equal to 0 first. So all I need to do is move this over here, and then make it into x squared minus 2x, because again, it used to be positive. Moving into the other side, we'll make it a negative 2x, and then minus 4. And then I'm just going to write 0 at the end. I just swap the left and right side so that it looks like ax squared plus bx plus c. So identify your a, b, c values. My a is 1, b is negative 2, c is negative 4. So plug it in. Again, x is equal to negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So plug those in. Negative times negative 2 plus or minus square root of negative 2 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 4 all over 2 times 1. Simplify everything, so we positive 2 plus or minus square root of 4 plus 16 all over 2. So it looks like it will simplify to be 2 plus or minus square root of 20 over 2. I'm hoping that you're realizing that you can still simplify root 20 because you can factor out 4, which is a perfect square. So this will simplify to be 2 plus or minus 2 root 5 over 2. Okay, so looks like I can cancel out the 2 from all of these terms. It will be 1 plus or minus root 5. Again, I am not going to be able to do this if there was only 2 on one side of the term. But however, because there's a 2 in every single term, I can simply cancel these out. Okay, so this becomes 1, this becomes 1, this becomes 1, which will simplify to be 1 plus or minus square root of 5. And as you know, square root of 5 is simplified radical, so that is the final answer. So 1 plus or minus square root of 5 are the zeros of the equation for number 2. Alright, so again, apply the same thing. Again, let us sing the song together. X is equal to negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Alright, so a is 1, b is negative 4, c is equal to 3. Alright, so x is equal to negative of negative 4 plus or minus negative 4 squared minus 4 times 1 times 3 all over 2 times 1. So simplify that. So 4 plus or minus square root of 16 minus 12 all over 2. 4 plus or minus, so this is 4, so square root of 4 is 2 all over 2. So it would be either 4 plus 2 over 2 or 4 minus 2 over 2. So if it was 4 plus 2 over 2, that would be 6 over 2, so it would be 3. Or 4 minus 2 is 2, so 2 over 2 is 1. So 3 and 1 are my solutions, my zeros. So x values are 3 and also 1. Okay. Alright, so for number 4, I am going to leave it up to you to solve for number 4. Again, it says solve using factoring, completing square, and quadratic formula method. So I like you to try solving example 4 using all 3 methods, which means you want to show 3 times on how you find the x. And again, whether you use factoring, completing the square, or quadratic formula, you should be able to get the same answer all 3 times. Alright. Again, if you have any questions, leave me a comment or email me or join me on Friday for Google Meets. Okay? I miss you guys and see you all later.